What's up, everybody? My name is Jacob, and I'm a big UFC fan, and I just thought I'd start something on the side, just analyzing fights, breaking them down for you, fight recaps, best bets, because what better than being young and a degenerate gambler? Anyways, let's get this show started. Obviously, you know what happened yesterday. Oliveira versus Gamrot. Now, let me tell you something. That was quite a show. Anyways, let's start from the beginning. So, what do I got here first? Yes, Simon Oliveira versus Laun Lacerda. Now, Simon missed weight by 8 pounds, which is crazy. I mean, you don't do that on accident. You know, you purposely have to miss it. There's no official word as to why he missed weight, but missed 8 pounds. He got finished like in round 2 by an armbar. I thought honestly it'd be like a round 1 finish because it obviously was a bad weight cut or had something going on. I just knew he was gonna get finished. Props to Lacerda though for coming in against an opponent who missed weight that much and getting the finish though. I mean, you know, for all my other MMA enthusiasts out there who actually train, you know that small weight difference. It sucks. It sucks. Moving on. Second fight, we had Julia Polastri versus Carolina Kawalawala. Anyways, the 27-year-old Brazilian striker is a 10-time regional finisher, facing a veteran like Kawalakalamakamaca, who's obviously, if you know, a former title challenger. Anyways, Polastri came in at like what, a -600 favorite, just because of youth, speed, and the Brazilian home crowd. Anyways, she got it done. Round 3 was this 2 minute 56 seconds with a relentless striking barrage. And yeah, obviously we got a new Brazilian threat on our hands in the women's division. I don't know if you pay attention to that or not, but we got Lucas Rocha versus Stuart Nicol. It was Rocha's, whatever you want to call it, debut in Rio. He's got clean boxing, composure, and a pressure dominant all 3 rounds. So I don't know what more you could ask for. But the unanimous decision came in 30-27 and all 3 judges scorecards. So flawless debut. I mean, could have got the finish, but next, I like this one. I've been following her for quite some time. We got Beatriz Pia Mesquita. If you haven't been following her, well, the women's division is about to shake up with her. This is the debut of a 10-time jiu-jitsu world champion and ADCC gold medalist. Like I said, I've been following her for a little bit. I saw when she signed the contract at the UFC. I was hyped for her debut this weekend, and yeah, I had money on her by submission. Anyways, her opponent, the Russian Ronda, former Sambo world champion, explosive grappler, not. It's kind of like a grappling super fight vibe, I guess, but I didn't see anything like that. It was just pure dominance from the Mosquito. Sorry. I mean, Mosquito looked very well on the ground. Stay composed, excellent transitions, got the RNC, crowd goes crazy. Emotional moment, but beautiful debut. I'd love to see what she has for us next. Moving on to Vitor Paterino. That was quite a fight. At 206 pounds, that is crazy against some obese. Yes, he would rock my shit, but still. We just knew Paterino was going to get it done. I thought it would be a little faster than that, but I ain't complaining. It was a brutal knockout. Brutal knockout. Absolutely. Round 3 starts. Boom. Done. Faceplant KO. Crowd is uproaring. I'm out of my seat too. It was a highlight reel finish, honestly. They say he hits hard at light heavyweight. Well, guess what? Welcome to the heavyweight. Great fight. And we have Rafael Filho versus Clayton Carpenter. Filho, who's part of Nova União. I actually trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at a Nova União affiliate. It's awesome, I'll tell you that. He was going against an undefeated prospect who's 8-0, so You know, pressure is on, especially in front of a Brazilian home crowd. But he gets the takedown and controls the grappling exchanges, and the rest is history. Carpenter's undefeated streak ends, and Philho remains. And Philho reminds everyone why you don't roll with him. This fight, if you weren't keeping tabs on it, I'm sorry. Michael Aswell and Lucas Almeida. Now, I don't know if you saw, but there was tons of reports of Lucas Almeida having a broken hand coming into the fight. So what did I do? I took my savings account and bet it against him to get knocked out. Great decision. But, as you predicted, enter the fight with a broken hand. No one knows why. Nothing's been disclosed about that. Stepped up in front of his home crowd. That's just pure grit right there. Aswell blitzed from the start, and I don't think we saw a single right hand thrown from Almeida. I mean, he didn't even try blocking with that, so obviously he was dealing with some trouble there. Props to him for taking the fight, but it was really just get the show money. Oh well. But Almeida's toughness showed. Precision was there. Just got it done in a minute 42, round 1. Ricardo Ramos and Khan Ofli. I was hyped for this one because if you don't know, Ramos is part of the Fighting Nerds. And if you don't know who the Fighting Nerds, then you live under a rock. Anyways, he came out hot. He was looking sharp. He got out on the ground. Nice takedowns. He was moving on the ground. Had great submission setups. Just couldn't get a hold of any. He had a leg bar, straight ankle lock. I thought he would have got the tap, but I don't know what happened. He kind of just rolled over. Ofli got on top and ended up submitting him by a rear naked choke in the first round. I was like, what? It was a massive debut win for Ofli, but unfortunately, we now know why the 4 Fighting Nerds only have 4 displayed on their canvas. Next up, Mario Pinto-Bean and Johanata Diniz. It was just a firefight. I mean, these guys were swinging. I mean, Pinto perfectly timed a counter, lands the knockout in round 2. It was beautiful. Following up with some ground and pound that may or may not have been necessary, he earned a performance bonus for his KO though. But the post-fight interview, that was probably the highlight of the fight. Besides the knockout, he was joking. "Sorry, I don't speak English," says in perfect English. Proceeds to do the rest of the interview in perfect English. Fan favorite moment, I guess. Vicente Luque versus Yoel Oliveira. Now, I'm a fan of Vicente Luque, and if you haven't been watching, Yoel Oliveira is on a tear. He's probably gonna become the next champion. But I'm a Luque fan. I thought Luque would lose. But if you don't know, if you didn't get to watch the fight, Yoel Alvarez landed a clean punch. Just unfortunately, the knuckle landed right in the eye of Luque, and Luque was protesting the eye poke. You know, they stopped the fight, they reviewed the fight, or the last clip. You clearly see it's a clear strike, clear as day. Nothing is clearer than that. But they still had a timeout. They didn't put the fight back on, which is a little weird. Also, the ref waved it off, which that's the end of a fight. You can't go back. So Yoel Alvarez should still have his finish rate 100%, but fortunately was robbed at that moment. I don't know who these referees were. Some Brazilian guys. Oh well. Probably did not want to see Luque lose. But Yoel Alvarez got the decision, 30-26. What can I say? Fans are furious because I've seen some parlays that were messed up by that. Should have got the finish but didn't. But still, Alvarez looked phenomenal. Can't take anything away from it. Absolutely dominant. Last up, not last, second to last, Davidson Figueiredo versus Montel Jackson. I had Figueiredo. You know, I don't think you understand. He's 2 times former world champ. You can't discredit him for that. Anyways, no harsh weight cut, full power, controls the fight from the start, lands some takedowns, heavy grappling, good grappling, almost got a couple finishes in there with some chokes and stuff. Jackson just couldn't find his rhythm, you know, in stand up. How can you be that tall with that much of a reach advantage but can't touch him? I mean, I thought it was a dominant performance, 30-27. But when I heard split decision, I was a little, I don't see how. You can argue with me with that, but the crowd erupts because this the Gamrot! He's back and looking good at 135. Finally, our main event, Jados Oliveira versus Mateusz Gamrot. I had money on Oliveira by finish because it's Oliveira. Come on now. If you really think Gamrot was going to win, what is wrong with you? It was a homecoming for Dubronx, you could say. I mean, come on now. Look sharp coming out. I don't like the new nickname, the Predator, but he just looked sharp. Hands were up. Still, Mateusz was landing cleanly on the chin, but luckily he doesn't have any power. And in round 2, gets on top, gets the rear naked choke, and the rest is history. The crowd erupts. I erupt. Everyone's erupting online. You just know. You saw how emotional he was, jumping in the crowd with his wife and kid, holding his kid in the octagon. I thought that was pretty cute. But Oliveira's message, the belt's not my goal. I'm the goal. The belt comes to me. And if that's not aura, then I don't know what it was. Anyways, our performances of the night go to Oliveira, Mesquita, Petrino, and Palastri. There was no fight of the night, which, reasonable. But Brazil dominated their home turf. Submissions, knockouts, history made. Oliveira reminds the world he's a finishing king. And we saw some great debuts from upcoming fighters. I hope to see them go far. And that's it. This weekend, we got DeRitter versus Brendan Allen. Here's my DeRitter card. Terrible camera quality. I just found this camera somewhere. This one's a pick'em. DeRitter, I don't know. But that's for another video later this week. I'll give you the best bets. Not the best bets. I'm just telling you what I'm picking because I try. Anyways, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe, like the video, comment some of your thoughts down below. And hopefully I see you guys again on the next video. Peace.